Hello, welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Age The Veilguard. We are still here at the crossroads. I'm just heading back and into the lighthouse. I just kind of want to look through here for a bit. See if any more whispers come through. Haven't heard anything. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go. Back to lighthouse we go. So we have this one last memory. Oh, I think it's one last memory. And I want to get to that as soon as we can. So I was thinking about it. I don't think I will be able to get to the main mission today. There's a few more side quests or little activities that I could do to spend just to spend time on that, I think. So we'll clear those out, and then that way I'll feel better about moving on to the main mission. I don't think it's going to be the last main mission in Act 1, but
I wish I could breathe fire. I don't know, it just feels like the kind of thing that could be useful, you know?
Sometimes it helps to burn through stuff.
I wonder if we could make it go further or hotter. How long can you hold your breath?
Not long. Healers say it's because breathing fire hurts my lungs.
Oh, never mind then.
I love Tasha's design, honestly. I really do. You regret.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Huh. Is that like what happened at the end of Inquisition?
Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition.
They don't know who.
Solus woke up in this world without most of his power.
Do they know about Flemeth?
We know how he got it
Inquisitor does.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
So, okay. So at the end of Dragon Age Inquisition, we found out, well, I found out, apparently the rest of the world knew, but I didn't, that Solus was the Dreadwolf, and we also found out that Flemeth was housing the spirit of Mythal. So in essence, Flemeth, Mythal, they're one person, right? So Flemeth was an abomination. I'm just going like, stream of consciousness in my brain here. So Flemeth was an abomination, but a particular special one because she had the spirit of an Evanuris within her, that Evanuris being Mythal. So at the end of Inquisition, we see Flemeth putting something in a mirror, and then Solus taking her power. And a few words were exchanged, but not all that. I think this was just exposition for us, or maybe this was how Solus was interpreting that exchange in his head. And that's how he presented it in these memories and these paintings. That's how he remembers things. Also, it's unfortunate that Kate Mulgrew didn't come back for Flemeth. Yeah, so it is unfortunate. I'm a big fan of Kate Mulgrew, so oh yeah. But it is as it is. In any case, whoever's portraying Mythal now isn't bad. And I know this is all part of Solas's memories, so, and Mythal isn't necessarily Flemeth. But this one was, she was Flemeth in this memory, but maybe that's not how Solas was remembering her. That's why she sounds different. Anyway, all that epic magic and godly power, in the end, it comes down to love and murder, same as always. So Nev is still looking at things like a gumshoe detective from a bad detective novel. I love it. I love her theme. I don't think a lot of people understand this theme of that she has going for her. She's supposed to be a bad detective. Well, not a bad detective. She's supposed to be a bad character, a characterization of a bad detective, I think, from an old 1940s noir serial. Anyway, what would Rook comment on? He needs to be right. He loved and blamed her? Did he? Would Rook know that? I think she's just going to be direct and say, and all that gets us.
So we've got all the Dreadwolf's deep, dark secrets. Anything we can use?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Harding is really bitter about Solus. He's wrong, but not evil. He's smart, but we know him. That works for now. I hardly ever go this route, the sarcastic route, but in this case... yeah.
The bad news is that the god of lies and trickery is almost definitely preparing to betray us. The good news is that we've gone through his dirty laundry.
So, we know his motivations. You think we can set a trap of our own?
That's the hope.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller. Almost to its end.
Almost?
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
I wonder who this visitor could be. Emmerich approves, Belara approves, Lucanus approves. Regrets of the Dreadwolf. Meet Morrigan in the crossroads, of course. Well, okay, so that's interesting. So this last mission, this last regret that we saw here, this is most definitely how Solus is remembering it. Not necessarily how it actually happened. That's how I figured anyway. So... yeah, he's wearing... I think it's a jawbone. Looks like a shoe. I don't know what it's a jawbone of, though. And that's Flemeth. As per what happened at the end of Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh, okay. You know what? I am so eager. Yeah, I know we definitely will not get to the main mission today, so sorry about that. Let's see here. Anybody need to talk to us? Oh, hey, Harding does. Okay, let's talk to Harding, and then maybe we'll take Harding to bring to the crossroads with us to talk to Morrigan. How you doing, girl?
Hey, Harding.
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Something's bothering you, correct?
You're upset?
But I'm not.
You've been sitting in here by yourself. It's Solus's memory, isn't it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits.
Yeah.
Should I be angry or sad. Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
Blame Solus? Will we? There's no right way.
There's really no right way to feel. You've been through a lot.
You're right. Maybe I just need time. And a snack. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. Revenge won't bring the Titans back. It can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved. And I want to try. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be all right.
I know. You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
I like that. That's so sweet.
Oh, shut up.
I actually really like Rook. Harding approves. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to wander into your meditation pool. Okay. Hello, caretaker.
Strength earns mastery.
I still don't have enough stuff for you, but we can't really upgrade anything. Oh well. Okay. Let's just run around and talk to people. Hey, Emmerich and Davern.
How far do you allow Asan to fly out here, Davern?
Allow? I can't exactly chase after him. But he doesn't go far. The Fade spooks him.
Really? Are griffins more sensitive to magic than most animals?
No one knows. They've been extinct for so long.
Well, good thing that you guys are here to study. Hi. Hello. Hello. At you. Oh my goodness. You like another? Oh my god. There's different pets. Aww. Okay, you're adorable. I love you. God damn it. Game devs, honestly.
Underwater prison, that's still pretty amazing.
Amazing? I suppose it is. Do you think the elves made it? It didn't seem they've been...
Elves totally made it.
I think so. I wonder what it was built for. Originally, I mean.
I'm curious
Whatever it was
too.
meant for, it's a bit of misery now.
Right.
Hi, sorry. Poppy? Okay. So what was I saying? Totally forgot what I was saying. Okay. Wasn't important. Nev, hi. Hello, darling. Hi.
Calling it now. Belle's next serial ends on a cliffhanger.
There's a whisper in this wall. I've got my eye on it. Nev, update. Still watching this. Hasn't moved over an inch. Okay. All these wisps around Nev. Really cool. Anything else? Spoke to Nev. Asana's there. Manfred's over here. Okay, let's talk to Manfred. I don't think he'll have anything to say to us. I didn't realize these statues were in Menthol. Hi. Rock, paper, shears. Parchment says, wait, parchment, shears, parchment, boulder, shears. Yeah. I messed that one up. Bad critical role fan. Okay, let's see, Tosh.
Zishsam Othtar, Lok Oshkasam Pika. We have come to the store to search for melon. Stupid crisp consonants.
Are you learning Kunlat? Okay. And then let's talk to Varric. There's something wrong with Varric. I've said this before. I will say this again in every episode. There's something wrong with Varric. Nobody sees him.
These are gods, Rook. Nobody fights those alone. That's why Solus lost and why you'll win. He always thought his attachments were a tragic flaw he had to overcome. But they're a strength.
Varric. Okay. I think we're ready. Let's go see Morrigan in the crossroads. Oh. We need to bring anybody. I think we will bring Davrin and Harding. Okay, change party. Travel to the crossroads. Where in the crossroads do we meet her? Or will the cutscene just start? The interesting is that Morrigan found us. Hi, babe.
Well met, Rook.
Okay.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dreadwolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Because that's what Flemeth put through the mirror.
You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
I know, but... something about spirits? How should I know?
If I knew, I wouldn't be here asking you.
You are not a fool, Rook. Do not play at it. You observed that the first elves were spirits, did you not? Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again, she was struck down, on this occasion, by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
And you're her. So I think that's exactly what happened. So even though... Okay, so in my playthrough, we had Morrigan drink through the well, but you could also have the Inquisitor drink through the well. And when they drink of the well, they gain the wisdom of the well, but then you'd have to be in Mythal's servitude. Or under her bond or whatever. Now, we see Flemeth. Well, after the whole... After we... Okay, there's a whole thing with Kieran running into the Fade. Because Kieran still has an old god soul. So, which Flemeth wanted, I believe. So, I think. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened there. But yeah, so Kieran had an old god soul, if you had a Kieran in your game, that I believe Flemeth absorbed. And he had a conversation with Morrigan and told Morrigan that her story with Mythal and how Morrigan served her now because Morrigan drank from the well. And if an Inquisitor drank from the well, I think it would have been the same situation. So Flemeth goes away, and then after we defeat Corypheus, we see her again putting in something through an alluvion. And I think that's her memories or a piece of her spirit or essence that she would give to Morrigan, her daughter, as it always intended. Okay. I'm with it now. All right. So Brooke will say, and you're her.
So you're the next host of Mythal?
Believe it or not, as you choose.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Oh my god, yeah, I have questions. How did this all happen?
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
Sounds incredibly weird.
This isn't the strangest thing I've heard, but it's close.
'Tis difficult to describe.
You're a Mourn Watcher.
Even now. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me. But I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
You have Flemeth's memories. How'd you and Solus get along? Wait, why aren't you Elven?
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
How'd you and Solus get along?
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Can you help against the gods?
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon? Or Solus?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mathal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
Nothing else? Ugh, I want to ask her so many questions. I'd like to move on.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mathal.
I am not Mathal in her entirety, but yes. The Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
I'm gonna ask her first. What do you?
I should ask you. Mathal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mathal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Okay, so this self-pitying monster. I don't believe that. I don't think Rick would believe that either. He doesn't feel sorry for him. He knows he's trying to help. I'm gonna say this. He's torn, but he doesn't know it.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mathal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
I'll be ready. Stoic to the
If
last.
that's what it takes.
Such determination. Have you not even a tremor of doubt?
Wouldn't do me any good.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mathal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mathal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
There are two Mathals?
Another fragment of Mathal? In addition to the one inside you?
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Oh my god. All this is just going over my head right now. I'm just... like, there's a lot right now, and my mind is still in Morrigan and the piece of Mathal within her. Now she's bringing up Dirthaman and Falondine. Just gonna go for it. Works for me.
I'll survive. What do I need to know?
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mathal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mathal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mathal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Algernon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Did you talk to her?
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly, but the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
About types of spirits.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Algernon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand, inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Why do I have a feeling that Mythal is going to be the end boss? Any suggestions?
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
I'll see what I could do.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
I only ask that you reflect upon what I have said. The Dreadwolf is not so apart from the world as he thinks. There, you have the advantage of him.
Bye, Morrigan. Interesting, interesting. Hey. Okay. I'm going to bring you two with me. One of you have to be able to heal me. So, change this to soothing potion. Okay, so this is rejuvenation. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me go through our codexes because... Okay, so there's still a couple more in the Mourn Watch that I have to read. Emmerich's Diary, Forbidden Books. I've been asked to weigh in again on texts being considered for our list of tomes and scrolls forbidden. I didn't think it was that time of year already. Well, let's see what lies in the list. The Setting of the Light, Lumiere Bartlett. One new page reportedly discovered. Goodness knows how many artists have rediscovered lost pages of Bartlett's play. Still, if it has any connection with The Last King, best we move carefully. I'll recommend we lock away the page until we determine its provenance. The Magic of Crimson Serpents, Anonymous. A poisonously simple guide to blood magic, Tevinter's favorite forbidden practice. Poor Nev, what she must combat weekly. Let the book remain opened to senior watchers, but only for purpose of teaching detection and defense against blood magic. Nev Anonymous is inscribed on stone tablets. I've omitted the full title, of course. I give much to track down the malign spirits whispering these dictations. This would be the 5th copy we found, banned lest it spread, and I'm afraid we must consider whether destroying the tablets might lure out their true author. The Randy Dowager. Collected book reviews 938 to 942, bold embossed edition for the true collector. Now this is ridiculous. The Mourn Watch works with the dead. We have no business forbidding the harmless vices of the living. And I question whoever brought it up for consideration in the first place. A great passage. It's strange to wake up and realize I've no lessons to plan. My last batch of pupils were well set, or so I pray when classes ended. Edwina and Lorimer sent letters. How flattering to be remembered by one's former students. Ensconced in a lighthouse, I can't help but think of the first question so many of them ask. If it's true that for every person who dies, a spirit must enter the mortal world and return. It often surprises them to learn this idea is purely Navarran. Summoning a benign spirit to answer this question is one of my favorite practical demonstrations, and such a treat for the novices. The line of inquiry, students swiftly learn, is impossible. The majority of spirits have difficulty grasping the very concept of quantities, let alone numbers. No one, mortal or otherwise, appears to know how to tally both the people in the world and spirits in the Fade. Yet I cannot dismiss the idea that there might be some unknowable exchange of Fade-born spirit and human soul. This folklore is entwined with the very founding in Navarra, and if I have learned anything here, it is that the Fade is stranger than even we of the necropolis have imagined. That is interesting, actually. Okay. Shadow dragons? Nev's case notes, missing Xena. A pair of letters amongst Nev's case notes is first written on a scrap with letters bent to fit. Dear Nev Gallus, I have a job for you. Meet me by the starring statue. It'll be there every day this week. From Liv. The second letter is written on a larger piece of paper and has a number of illustrations. Dear Nev Gallus, I want you to know that I did what you said and gave Xena extra ear scratches. She wagged her tail a lot. She says thanks for finding her. Xena's a cat. From Liv. Below are three girls. Oh, a dog. Below are drawings of a girl, a dog, a moon, a rain cloud, three boats, a spiral that might represent magic, and a very tall person who might be Nev. Dog was missing. Aww. And Nev found her. Nice. Okay. And then all these mementos. All right. Find the fragment of Mythal in the crossroads. Is this going to be crazy? Should I bring a mage, maybe? Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Harding, but I think I should bring a mage. Specifically Ballara. Okay. Reason being is Ballara represents the Dalish, the elves. So she might have some insight or a connection at least to Mythal. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I get a quest. Yeah. So I've always been conflicted on whether to do side quests or main missions. So I asked my husband about it, and he's like, basically says, well, he does side quests as they come. I'm like, oh, that's actually simple and smart. What's going on here? This is XP?
A god's fragment.
And you get them done
Sharper than the whole.
right away. I wonder if this is going to take a while.
Be sundered completely.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay.
That has to be her.
Mythal herself. There's so much we could learn if... Do you think she might talk to us instead of attacking?
Guess we'll find out.
Oh my gosh. I'm kind of worried that we might have to fight her. Hold on. Okay. All right, so we're gonna save here.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. We made ourselves bodies to be like humans, but I never expected to see humans scurrying about in the dread Wolf's Crossroads. And you know who I am?
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanurus, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Why are you here? To beg me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganan and Gillenane have become? Or do you simply think yourself ready to fight a god?
You're not going to help us?
Morrigan was right. Talking to you is a waste of time.
You listen to the human and the cowardly echo she carries. Pathetic. You desire the essence of a god and think you deserve it. Then take it if you can!
That didn't work out well at all. We're gonna start that over.
Everyone get ready.
Wow. She's enormous.
Right?
They asked for it.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh God. That was the wrong move. We're gonna go back to
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. We made ourselves bodies to be like humans, but I never expected to see humans scurrying about in the dread Wolf's Crossroads. And you know who I am?
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanurus, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Why are you here? To beg me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganan and Gillenane have become? Or do you simply think yourself ready to fight a god?
I want your help.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world, and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganan and Gillenane.
Okay.
Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Because we are worthy. You must stop the gods.
You can't want Elganan and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet the world needs rulers. So set the Blight aside and tell me why I should help you topple them.
Put the blight aside. Because they wronged you?
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me thousands of years ago.
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
That's exactly
Not
what we're going to
bad,
say.
but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
We must stop the blight.
If I don't stop the gods,
I don't want to bring up
the
Solus.
whole world will be corrupted by the blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
And?
You stood against it. People will die. Don't blame her. Very proud. Yeah.
Stopping the blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solus, even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
And I was struck down for doing so, betrayed by those I had ruled beside for centuries.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home, because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
Okay, we are worthy.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. I have seen rulers, human as you are, the mages of Tevinter, following in the Elven Empire's footsteps. They build nothing that does not serve them. Why should I believe you are any better? What is a protector to you?
Flattery won't get you nowhere, said Mythal. Killing monsters, but building a safe place because she's a protector. She doesn't go out there and kill monsters just because.
It's making a place that's safe for everyone. That means defending against danger, but it also means building a strong community that works together for the common good.
And what have you built?
Look at my team. We're not just hired blades. We started as strangers and grew together into a family.
Your arguments are compelling. I find you worthy, Rook.
Oh, shit.
I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss that. But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me. I give it to you freely. Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
I offer one further boon.
You've gained
I
Mythal's
cannot
favor.
enter the physical world or the pure Fade, but in this place, I still carry some power. Evil has intruded here. The Blight, seeded by Elganon and Gillenane. Find it, and when you meet your greatest challenge, I will fly one last time.
Oh my, thank God.
The essence of a god. Methalinast. Like a piece of the sun. I've never felt something so alive.
She puts it
And now, how to
in
use
her
it?
pocket.
God knows her moment. At least her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
Oh my God.
We did it. We got Mythal's essence.
A fragment of Mythal found the team worthy of her power and willingly surrendered her essence. That power now rests safely with the team, ready for when they find a way to use it to stop Elgarnon and Gillenane or any other god who might strike. Okay.
And it didn't turn into a fight.
Not sure what we do with it just yet, but if Morrigan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
Caretaker power. In narrative, she is the portent that spurs the story, suffering first and most the forces that wish the tale untold and the hero unsung. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing about Morrigan and the fragment of Mythal that we just met. Fragments of Mythal, excerpt of a letter from Sierra Rowan of the Lords of Fortune to Emmerich and Lara. It is fascinating to hear of your group's encounter with the fragment of Mythal. If the elven gods are indeed spirits who manifested, they were complex enough to hold a variety of impulses and emotions. When Mythal was killed, each fragment might represent one part of her personality. Excerpt of Balara's reply. Yes, when I asked the Dalish about Flemeth, she carried Mythal before Morrigan did. I learned that among the Dalish clans, she was known as Asha Belinar, respected as a mage even though she was human. It sounds like even though she wasn't trying to rule anymore, she still wanted to help. Or meddle. Mythal and Flemeth both like to meddle. Excerpt of Emmerich's reply. Indeed, it raises the question of whether the fragment of Mythal that Morrigan carries was more naturally tied to guidance and wisdom than the more imperious spirit we met in the crossroads. They may be different facets of Mythal's personality, the mentor as opposed to the ruler. The fragments may have also originally been closer to in personality, deviating over the years. One imagines Flemeth's fragments must have changed over centuries spent with mortals, and perhaps the crossroads fragment grew frustrated by her own inability to affect the outside world. It could also very well be a mixture of the above. A spirit, like any person, may affect others and be affected by others in turn. Okay, interesting. Skills. I got one skill. I think I'm going to go over here and put that in necrotic damage plus 10. I was looking at that. And then we got this. 0 physical damage, but it does 253 stagger, but it deals 80 fire damage, 80 necrotic damage, 80 electricity damage, 80 cold damage. And that night when the sun had gone, Mythal gathered the glowing earth and formed it into a sphere to be placed in the sky. So no physical damage, but it does 320. I'm to do my math right, sorry. 320 elemental damage. 80 fire, 80 necrotic, 80 electricity, 80 cold. So if one of those were resisted, then it would be reduced by 80. Okay, I see. Interesting. I am not sure we're going to use that just yet. I feel a certain way about not using electricity damage. I don't want to go down there. I don't think I will be able to get up. Okay. That was interesting. Yeah, there was a little bit of save scumming involved because I think if I had just reloaded from the last save, I would have had to fight the dragon again. But you know what? That's okay. I feel like we're still in exploring mode here.
Ancient power twice recalled from darkness.
Yeah, level 45 dragon. That's a big nope. Okay. All right, so that was kind of interesting. I'm gonna head back over to the crossroads. And I think, let's see here. Yeah, actually there is one last thing that I want to do tonight. Just so we could be ready for tomorrow. Or maybe we should leave it for tomorrow. I don't know. This is crazy. Okay, we're back here in the lighthouse, and I don't think there's anyone has anything else left to say. The caretaker's stuff could be upgraded, so we're gonna do that. And I think we're going to leave it at this episode tonight. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I think in our next episode, we are going to just hang out with Tosh just to chill for a little bit, and then see what we have time for next. But yeah, it's or leave Tasha's mission to sometime else. Yeah, I cannot talk. Anyway, it's probably a good time to get going. Anyway, thank you so much. I will see you again in the next episode. I really hope you enjoy this. Ciao. Bye.